So recently I've seen this new concept of drop servicing popping up all over my YouTube feed, suggested everywhere. The likes of Liam K, Bia Hezza, Kevin David, and many more YouTubers have been talking about this, making videos about it, and it sort of seems like the new hyped up trend. Although at the same time, I know that most of these YouTubers I've seen talking about this don't actually do it. And that's no shade on them. I just know for a fact, like Liam does affiliate marketing, Bia Hezza does e-commerce in his course, and Kevin David sells courses, and so on. Which is why I wanted to make this video today, because I myself have done over 6 figures in sales of drop servicing through my business. And so today I'm going to sort of run you through the good, the bad, the ugly, and the tips and tricks you need to actually get results with this business, because it's definitely a pretty cool thing, although it's definitely not a new thing like many of these YouTubers have been saying. Maybe the word drop servicing is new, but the concept, the business model, it's been around for a long time. And I've been doing it for a couple years, so I'm going to sort of give you guys some tips, some tricks, and sort of explain how it all works and why it works. What's up, guys? I'm Josh. I recently turned 20, and over the past few years I've gained a few million followers for both myself and clients on Instagram, built a 6-figure business, traveled all over the world, and now I'm posting weekly videos all about how to grow on Instagram, make money online, and do better things with that money. So make sure you subscribe. So the first half of this video, I'm going to sort of go over what it is, explain a little bit about it, and then the second half, I'm actually going to give you the actionable steps you need to get started and create a nice income with drop servicing like I've been able to do. So make sure you watch both parts, as it's both going to be really important to understand the fundamentals behind it, and then actually how you can get started with it. So make sure you watch the whole video. So drop servicing. It sort of seems like the word drop shipping got oversaturated on YouTube, so people decided to go drop servicing, pull in some nice views. Smart move.
You smart.
If you can find, like, there's a funny DJ Khaled, like, you're smart or something meme, that'd be kind of funny here. So for an example of what this is you could create a YouTube thumbnail design business where you essentially create thumbnails for people on YouTube. I actually pay someone to make my thumbnails for me. He may well be doing this. You create a website, list the thumbnails on there for people to find, and they pay $15 per thumbnail. Now let's say someone finds your website, whether it be through social media, through you messaging them on Facebook, through an ad, and they want to buy 10 thumbnails from you for $150. They place that order. You then go and pay a contractor, whether it's on Fiverr or Upwork or someone you've met online, $50 to go fulfill those 10 thumbnails, send those to the client, and you pocket that nice $100 profit in the middle. Good stuff. But the idea of outsourcing your work of your agency to contractors is not new at all. Not even the idea of outsourcing work from the US to India or the Philippines or whatever. That's not a new concept. This is something that I've been doing for years, and even, you know, further back than that, Tim Ferriss talks about this in his book, The 4-Hour Workweek, which he wrote back in 2007, which means it's been around for a good 20 years. Because if he published the book in 2007 and knew about it prior to that, his chances are been going on since the early 2000s. In the book, he talks about some of the big 4 accounting firms in the US, I believe, and he was saying they're signing clients at times for 6-figure jobs, meaning $100,000 plus. They're getting paid to do accounting jobs, and they're outsourcing that to highly skilled workers in the Philippines or India, I can't remember which one exactly, for 5 figures, so maybe $10,000 or $20,000, and they pocket that nice 100K or so in the middle as their profit. Now, one of the main reasons that this business model works so well is because of something called location arbitrage, and thanks to the internet making it all possible. Essentially, if you live in America where everything is expensive, there is a high cost of living, maybe the average graphic designer is charging $40 per hour. Yet somewhere in, let's say, Bali or the Philippines, the same quality of graphic design is charging $10 an hour. Because if you work the same 40 hours in Bali, you get $400. In America, you get $1,600, which might seem a bit rough, but $400 per week in Bali has you living like a king, whereas $1,600 in Los Angeles might have you on the streets just about. I don't even know if that would cover the expenses of living in certain parts of LA. It'd be very tight. Now this here gives you, the viewer here, the opportunity to secure the bag in the middle. Let's say you live in the US, you can sign clients in the US who are used to paying $40 per hour for design work, and then outsource that to someone in Bali for $10 an hour, which $10 an hour is actually quite a high wage there. You'll probably be able to find people considerably cheaper. And then you get to pocket the $30 per hour in the middle. Now, this is the main way things work for pretty straightforward work, such as logo design, website design, etc. Because you aren't adding value to what you're selling, you're mostly just upselling the work. It's going to be hard to compete with your local competition using local contractors, because the business could just go down the road and see them. You usually have to outsource it to another country where the cost of living is lower, and therefore the cost of the service is lower, and then upsell that to someone for the industry average in your area. And of course, you don't have to outsource it to these other countries, although most of these YouTubers are basically saying that without saying it, because when they're saying signing clients in North America, Europe, etc., and then you outsource it to Fiverr or Upwork, usually to get the cheapest rates and the best deals, you have to go to these countries where cost of living is considerably lower. It does work very, very well. So that's one way you can make money from this, is offering the same value as your competition at the same price, but having it fulfilled considerably cheaper, and therefore you pocket the money in the middle. But if you want to put a little bit of effort and a bit of your own skills into things, you can also make money by upselling a service, adding your own value, and therefore increasing the price and taking the profit on top. Although for this, you do have to have some sort of skill set. For example, I've sold Instagram growth from a US business to a US business and added my skills in the middle to justify the increase in price. Now, this could be a range of things. Personally, I know how to monetize an Instagram account. So if I've got someone who's doing growth, I add on the monetization, sell that to someone, they grow and monetize their account. The person who did the growth is happy because they got paid. I did the monetization, I got paid for doing that. And the client is happy because they just gained another 100,000 followers and secured the bag on their page. But now I'm going to get into the second part of the video, where I'm going to basically run you through some of the key steps that you need to take to get results in this business model. I think Liam did a really good job of explaining this, but I'm also going to go through it from my perspective, from someone who's actually done this and made a fair bit of money from it. So number one, you actually have to have a good service. Now, I talked about this in the previous video that I did about SMMA, but if you want to make money as an agency, you actually need a good quality service. Many studies online have varied results, have pretty much all come to the conclusion that it's somewhere between about 7 to 17 times cheaper to get a purchase from an existing customer than a new customer. So if you provide a good service, it's way, way, way more likely that you're going to get return customers, and it is so much easier to make money if you've got return customers coming back to you every month, every couple months when they need work done, than it is to constantly be trying to get new customers, because that's very, very hard if you're always doing that. So to do this, make sure the people you are outsourcing the work to are actually providing a good service. They're good at what they do it on time, and they do it to the best quality that they possibly can. And this way, you'll make sure you have a good product. What I like to do with this is I like to actually test it before I outsource design work. I make sure I give them some work to design for me, and I make sure they're on time, have good communication, and provide an actually quality service. Now, there are multiple ways you can find these quality contractors. You can simply DM people on Instagram who have got cool design skills and ask them. You can go on Fiverr, you can go on Upwork, you can just network. There's a bunch of ways you can do this. But they're probably the main four: networking, Instagram, Fiverr, and Upwork. Facebook groups can also work well too. Make sure you test their work, just give them some sort of work to try out and just see if they can do the job well. And then talk to them about having some sort of agreement where you will have them fulfill your client's work, just so they're aware of the whole situation. And this way, it's good for both people. You're going to get them a stream of consistent work to get them paid. You've got someone who is good at what they do that's going to be fulfilling the work for you, and you are also making a nice bit of profit in the middle. I will say, if you're going to have this person sign something, have them sign a contract or whatever, if you are going about that, please consult a legal expert. I am not a legal expert, nor do I claim to be, so do seek expert advice. if you're going down that route, because yeah, like I say, not my field of expertise. Okay, so number 2 is position yourself well. You need to create a strong brand, design a nice logo, have a nice Instagram account, a clean website, and look professional. This is going to be able to justify you charging the extra money on top of the contractors because you have a stronger brand. Pretty straightforward, just, make a quality looking brand. I'm not going to go too deep into branding yourself, but, get a nice logo, have a nice name, make everything look professional, get, a professional email, etc. And this way, you're going to look proper and legit, like all these big companies that outsource their work do. Number 3 that I want to touch on is recurring revenue. Now, this is something that I don't think any other YouTubers have actually talked about, but this is actually a really, really good thing to look at doing. The reason I don't think many of them have talked about this is probably because none of them are actually doing it, so they haven't sort of worked out, what works, what doesn't. But recurring revenue is awesome for any business of any sort. Now, it's not something you can do for logo design because once you've designed a logo, then, they've got a logo. They don't need a new one. Maybe in a couple of years, they'll hit you up and they'll want another one, but it's not really recurring. On the other hand, you could offer, say, YouTube management or podcast management or Instagram or Facebook management. Your service could be an all-in-one YouTube management service. You edit videos, you make the thumbnails, you post them, you add the tags and optimize it, and you share it on their social platform. So you just handle their entire YouTube channel for them and allow them, all they have to do is film content and do that. That could be a great service that you could offer. I actually have a friend who has an agency that does a bunch of YouTube stuff, and he does very, very well. Now, let's say you find a good contractor in Bali, he's living that location independent lifestyle, and he wants to manage some YouTube channels, and he's going to charge you, let's say $500 a month to do all of this. You can then list your service on your website for $1,000 a month, in which you would charge him for this. Add what you're doing. If you've worked with some clients, you can, try and get some testimonials from them, etc. But, obviously don't lie. If you haven't had customers, don't put testimonials. Don't bullshit people. People will find out. And then when someone buys your service for $1,000 a month, wherever you find them in Facebook groups or cold DMing, and I'm going to talk about getting clients soon, but however you find the client, they pay you $1,000 per month. You can then go ahead and pay your contractor $500 per month to go and fulfill the service, and you've got a nice $500 per month coming in every single month. Now, assuming this contractor is actually good at what they do, they edit videos nicely, they know a thing or two about using tags and ranking your videos, and they're getting your clients results, they're getting views, they're getting subscribers, they're getting leads into their business. Assuming everything's good like that and you're communicating good, this person could stay with you for years and years and years, and you're collecting a $500 profit every single month. So it could be worth a lot of money to your business, and that predictable revenue is very, very nice, regardless of what business model you are in. Now, once again, I will say that when you are hiring people like this, make sure to talk to an accountant. I'm not an accountant myself. I'm got my own accountant, but seek expert advice before you go about hiring people, as the rules vary between different countries and business types and how you structure it. Okay, number 4 of this video, this is tip 4 of 4, is go get clients. Now, one way of doing this is to join Facebook groups and search keywords such as YouTube editor or help needed or hiring, and set the date to 2020. You can do this on Facebook. You go into a group if you're on desktop, down the left-hand side of the page, I believe, is where you do this. Search a keyword, set the date to 2020, and then you'll see a bunch of people who have posted in the group with those keywords in their posts. So they might have posted, hey guys, I'm looking for a YouTube editor, please tag some people. That post will show up, and this way you get to see a bunch of people recently posting in the group, looking for help, looking to hire people. And then all you have to do is, boom, there's a bunch of leads. You can just DM them, message them, send them an email, however they've asked to be contacted. Talk to them, and you can then close them into a client. Now, I personally haven't done that lots, although that's definitely an effective tactic. What I do is I like to work out my target customer. Got my whiteboard here. I will often just grab a pen, draw up who they are, what categories they fall into, Maybe they are, fitness experts aged between 25 and 35 that specialize in helping people lose weight. Maybe that's the target customer that I'm going to get in front of, and I'm going to help them grow their YouTube. Just for argument's sake, that's not my target, but I write all that up. I work out sort of a profile, and then I go ahead and find where that person hangs out on Instagram. I search through hashtags, I search a few keywords, and I find a bunch of people that sort of fit that profile. You can look at who those people are then following, and that's going to give you a large list of people who are your target customer. I then reach out to them in the DMs, and or what actually you can do, which is even better, is you find their lowest engaged platform that they are active on. So don't message an Instagram account that they haven't posted on since 2014, but let's say they post on Facebook, they've got a new Instagram, and they post on, LinkedIn. You find the channel that they are active on that has got the lowest amount of followers and engagement, meaning they're more likely to see your message, and then you reach out to them there, offer some value in your niche for free. So maybe they're already posting on YouTube, but they could be doing better. You give them a few tips for free, and then they're more likely to work with you. You close the deal and prove your worth. Voila, another $500 a month or $200 a month or whatever the profit margin is. So that basically wraps things up. That's basically it, how you can get started with drop servicing, this crazy new trend that's really been around for quite a while. You find a good provider of the services, you create a brand, you potentially add an element of recurring revenue to your business. I really like doing this. And then you go out there and you get clients through Facebook groups, working out your target avatar and reaching out to them and basically just networking a lot. The other thing that you can do to get clients is when you provide a good service, you will most likely get referrals. This is how I've built my business a lot as well. If I do a really good job for designing someone's logo and then their friend wants a logo, they ask them, they're like, hey man, your logo is awesome. Where'd you get it? They're like, this dude, Josh Ryan, he's awesome at logo design. Go hire him. And that's like the easiest money ever because their friends already told them I'm amazing. They've seen my work. It's literally just like, where can I pay you? So those clients are super, super valuable, super, super easy to get as well. So give a good quality service and you'll build a nice business here. Like I said, you will probably need to set yourself up legally so that you're compliant. Make sure you consult an expert for that. I am not that expert. Now, obviously, it is unlikely that everything will go linear and it's not going to be smooth sailing from straight away. You're not going to set up a website, make a couple $100K in your first year instantly without doing any work. Because if you could do that, everyone would be doing it. You'll have some issues, you have challenges to overcome. And like any business, shit happens and that's all part of the game. So you got to be willing to put in the work and go through those tough times and, overcome those challenges to get results with it. And I'm still overcoming many, many challenges. I'm by no means at the end point. I'm still learning and trying to, systemize and so on. So I'm still learning heaps as well. And before I finish this video, I cannot stress this enough. If you run an agency, your first focus should be getting your clients the absolute best results possible so they stick with you for the long term and that becomes predictable revenue every single month. Once you've got that sorted, you can then focus on scaling. So that wraps up today's video, all about the new phenomenon that is drop servicing. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you leave a like, drop a comment down below, tell me what you think of this whole new idea. Make sure you subscribe as well because I post weekly videos all about Instagram, making money online and doing better things with that money. And I try to bring you the best information on this platform. So, subscribe, tell all your friends so that you too, with your friends, can secure the bag. But without further ado, that's it for this video. Like I said, if you enjoyed it, like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you all later. There will be a few videos pop up on the screen right now that you can watch for more information about some cool things online. See ya.